So a question that I get a lot is, do frozen vegetables actually count towards your daily serves of vegetables, or do they lose all their nutrients? So the short answer is yes, they absolutely do count. And in fact, this has been researched over and over that frozen vegetables are nutritionally comparable to fresh ones, and sometimes they can be better. So, this is because when vegetables are frozen, they're typically frozen within hours of being picked and it locks in the nutrients. On the flip side, if they're not frozen, or pretty much once vegetables are picked, they start losing their nutrients straight away. And I wanted to share this with you because I made this little diagram. So here we have a broccoli, and we're on the farm and we've picked a broccoli. So this is what happens, generally speaking, once a broccoli is picked. Okay, so the broccoli is picked and it is typically put into a truck for some kind of transport. Now, this little sign here denotes that the nutritional value is decreasing because basically once a vegetable is picked, your water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and B, they start degrading. This is also true as soon as you cut a vegetable. Okay, so you've picked your broccoli and you put it in a truck and it goes for transport and it gets transported to the warehouse. Now, it needs to sit around in this warehouse for, depending on the vegetable, like leafy greens or ones that tend to deteriorate more quickly will be like maybe a few days to a week. Other vegetables like root vegetables can hang around for like several months, maybe even a year. So you've got your vegetables just sitting in the warehouse waiting to be transported to the supermarket, and then your vegetable is going to sit around on the supermarket shelf waiting for somebody to come along and buy it and to take it home. And so you go and buy that vegetable, you take it home, and then you're going to put it in your fridge until you want to cook it. And who knows how long that could be. If you forget about the vegetable, it could be like a week. And then you cook it. So you can see every single step in this process, the nutritional value of the vegetable is declining. So I want to contrast that with what happens if you freeze a vegetable. So I didn't want to give it away all at once, so I covered it up. So I'm just gonna, oh my God, how do I use this? Okay, so here we go. So hopefully you can see that. So at the farm, you pick your broccoli and it gets frozen. Yes, technically it probably needs to get transported to be frozen. I'm not exactly sure, but like it'll be done on site. And then so you basically locked in your nutrients, and then it goes in the truck and it gets transported to the warehouse, sits around for however long, but it doesn't really matter too much because you've already locked in all your nutrients. And then it goes on to the supermarket and so on and so forth. So I hope that helps you visualize the comparison between the nutritional value of a frozen vegetable versus a fresh vegetable. So don't be afraid of eating frozen vegetables. You know, sometimes they can be better. So yeah, if you've got any other questions, just let me know. Cool, thanks.